Do you think I would still be here if I was guilty of anything? And look me in the eye. Look me straight away in the eye. Do I look like I'm guilty about anything?
You look more guilty than anyone I ever looked in the eye in my life.
Really?
Others have killed more, and they've done it more recently. But Charles Manson is a name that has taken its place in American infamy. He is our most notorious mass murderer, and yet he never personally killed anyone. This hippie cult leader, this self-proclaimed antichrist, this evil messiah, convicted of ordering the deaths of 9 innocent men and women. 19 years after his crimes, he remains wacky and weird, fascinating and repugnant. Today's program is a fresh look into the mind of an American monster, Manson. Sane or psycho? That's our focus today on Geraldo.
I've been in jail since 1943.
What year were you born?
34.
9 years old?
Yeah.
What was the first bus for?
The first place?
The first bus.
My mother got out of jail. My mother got out of the joint and put me in with the monks, in with the Catholic monks, the brother monks, there in Terre Haute, Indiana.
Yeah? They treat you bad?
No, they treated me like they treat all the other kids. But I seen them as a bunch of old women, so I ran off from there. I escaped out of the hood, got out of that hood, and went to Chicago. Like
you weren't raised up at all?
Please. No, I wasn't. I raised
myself
myself
up. You
up.
were like the wolf boy.
That's right. I raised myself up. Sure. I got a different way of doing everything. I got my own way, you know. Does that make me bad?
Makes you violent and bad, yeah.
I'm only as violent as I have to be. If I don't have to be violent, I'm not. But I was raised up to where if you didn't fight, you got If you didn't fight, you got taken away and your stuff was taken away. And I got 40 years of fighting in here. I can't read and write, but I can fight.
Satanic cults. Was the Manson family the first? Is Manson still a cult leader? He claims to be the Antichrist, yet at other times he even calls himself Jesus. Let's take a look at this guy.
What you can't understand, Mr. G, is that I have been raised up in a different world than you've been raised up. I've been raised up in the penitentiary. There's no weakness in the penitentiary. There's no sorrow or remorse in the penitentiary. You come to the cell and you go in and you find Jesus or you don't. You either find Jesus or you run with the devil.
Don't you think Jesus would be appalled that you were invoking his name?
I didn't invoke any name. They put that on me. The Spirit laid that over on my track. I'm the man in the mirror, guy.
I know, man.
You know, if you like me, I like you. If you don't like me, I don't like you. You swing at me, I'll swing back. You dig? You cut at me, I'll cut you. You know, whatever you point to me, I'll get back to you.
But it's more than that, though, isn't it, Charles?
Well, sure, I'm in harmony with God. That's just a word. We don't, you know, we use the word God.
Or the devil.
Oh, the devil, yeah. You can use the word devil or demons or whatever you want to call it.
Mostly the devil in your world, eh, Charles?
Okay, I'll play. There's no game I can't play.
The people that say you are the devil here.
Okay, I'll be the devil then.
You like that?
I don't like or dislike nothing. I see everything as it is. Your courtrooms have convicted me for being Jesus Christ in one courtroom.
Well,
and then then in the other courtroom, you convicted me for being the devil. Now, if you believe in your own courtrooms, you convicted me for being the father of this country. We'll say that I am all these things that you think I am.
Right.
Wouldn't that be more fearful than letting me try to be a nice guy? Would you want to make me into those things? Would you want me to, do you need someone like that in your world? That's your judgment now. The judgment you're making on this mirror, man, you got to carry. You want to make me a terrible, violent, no good, so-and-so, and run, when actually, in reality, I'm a deadhead, man. I've been dead since 1951.
What planet is that?
The one that I live on.
Do you think that this world, San Quentin, has any relation to the world outside?
This world, San Quentin, is where all the children of God are. This is where you keep all your children that you don't want, the ones that you get to carry the heavy load.
How did this ex-con coerce or seduce college-educated middle-class girls and Watson to kill for him? What was the attraction? In this clip, he explains why and how his followers got involved. With their long hair and sandaled feet, Manson's group on the surface seemed like most other middle-class college-age kids of the 60s. In fact, before meeting Charlie, Patricia Quinwickle had been a Sunday school teacher and planned to become a nun. Tex Watson had been student body president and voted most likely to succeed. Then they met Charlie.
I get out of jail, and these kids come around me.
Yeah.
They say, "You're God. You have the voice of God." And I say, there's a whole penitentiary of guys like me. You know, I'm nothing. I'm just a messenger. I'm a witness. That's all. I'm just a poop butt that dropped out of the penitentiary. And they seen something in me I didn't see in me.
What'd they say?
They seen a nice guy. And I'm not a nice guy.
I agree.
But they seen that. So I said, well, as long as they seen the nice guy, I'll reflect the nice guy. I'll be the nice guy to them. So I played as much nice guy as they could deal with. And I held the line of nice guy. And I looked out for everybody, and I gave them places to stay, and I kept all the other not-so-nice guys off of them. But I knew Linda Kasabian. I seen her 3 times in my life, maybe 2 minutes in my whole life I seen that broad. She come up to the ranch for about a week, and she said, "Hey, my name is Linda." I said, "Oh, Linda." She said, "Can I stay here?" I said, "Can you stay here?" She said, "I'd like to live at the ranch." I said, "I'd like to live at the ranch." She said, "Well, can I stay here?" I said, "Can I?" She says, "Yeah," and I put my hand up her dress, and I said, "Yeah, okay, you can stay around." That's the biggest thought in my head was getting at her body. I wasn't thinking about sending her down to be no troops about saving nothing or stopping nothing.
So what'd they do?
They did whatever they did. That's the dispensation of the Pope. It's the same thing he does with the cardinals, man. It's the same thing they do with the committee.
Did you tell those women to kill somebody?
Dude.
Melcher somebody, someone who reneged on a drug debt?
Hey, let me tell you something about
Tell
a
me
woman.
something.
The women I don't got to tell them what to do. If I got to tell them what to do, I'll set them up on the highway and get them away from me. I don't deal with women I got to tell them what to do. They know what to do. If they don't know what to do, they better stay away from me.
And in your case, they knew to kill.
They knew to take care of me.
They knew to kill
They
for
knew
you.
to look out for number one.
They knew to kill for you.
No, kill.
They knew to kill
See,
pregnant
you kill-
women.
I was the only guy that cared. I was the one that picked the kids up out of the streets and give them a little place to stay. But I learned better than that.
You gave them a place to stay, and then you turned them loose.
No, I didn't turn them loose. I turned them loose. Yeah, in respect,
And there's 9 bodies to show for it.
No, there's more than that. They become free in their minds. We started a rebirth movement.
Yeah, a re-death movement.
No, it was a rebirth in Jesus. You got to realize I live in a very violent world. You know, the violence has always been around. I'm in the eye of that, been in it all my life. So I keep it off of me with motions and force fields, see? In other words, I don't really get involved in that because I don't lie. I've sat in that cell 18 years. If you sit in that cell 2 weeks, you'd be banging your head on the wall.
You're right.
Yeah. You know, so you come and live with yourself in a little old square box for 18 years with everybody getting down on you. And they haven't touched me, man, because I know what I did. I don't break laws. I make laws. I'm the lawmaker. I'm the one that laid the track down. They drive the train. I lay the track. I make the laws. If I take this chair and I knock that light down, I'll make a whole new procedure with it.
Yeah.
I make the laws from here. This is me. Nixon was only a playbook. That's me. Now, I admit I influenced everybody out there at that ranch. I take responsibility for those 9 people getting killed.
Do you feel remorse?
I don't know what that is.
You know what I think? I think that you are an evil person.
Right, I'm evil. I'm terrible.
You are,
Oh,
Charles.
yeah, I'm awful. I'm awful.
You're a murdering dog,
Oh,
Charles.
I'm a terrible dog. I'm a fiend.
You're a mass murdering
A
dog.
mass murdering dog. And where did you get these ideas?
What if I said, Charlie, your physical being is free as of right now? You go outside the gate, your body, where would you go? What would you do?
Go probably look for a place to sit down.
What would you do?
I give you anything I got for a little peace of mind. Man, I'm a coyote or a bug in the bushes, man. What I got to be I don't live in that world you live in. I wouldn't, I don't have nothing to do with that world. I drove them Cadillacs through town, you dig?
Of course, Manson was convicted of conspiring to kill on 9 counts. He was originally sentenced to death, even though he wasn't the actual trigger person, because he ordered it. But under the law under which he was condemned, well, that law was later declared unconstitutional in California, indeed throughout the United States. Here's how Charlie, it's interesting, feels about the death penalty.
And you're either going to have to give me my rights in the courtroom, or you're going to have no courtroom.
Why is
You're going to have to give me my rights.
I heard that already. I heard that
You
already.
know.
Murder.
Murder.
Why is it so common?
Because you're out of balance. Your social consciousness is out of balance.
Don't give me that line, please.
The premise of your reality sets in the judges' benches, man. The judges' benches represent crime. The police they do the will of the judge. The attorney general does the will of that. The governor does the will of that, all the way up through the Pentagon, all the way up to where the bombs drop off on the rice farmers. It all starts down here in the courtroom.
Is it easy to take a life?
I never took anybody's life.
Is it easy to stick a knife in somebody's body?
I generally don't stick people. I cut them a couple times first and make them show them that I can, but I've never really stuck anybody, not stuck my knife in them. I cut them a couple times, show them I could, and then tell them, you know, don't make me do this no more.
Help me understand something, Charlie. Why do people murder? Why did those girls murder for you? Why did Tex
They
Watson
didn't
murder for you?
me.
You told them to.
No. Come back, DA. Come back. That's not reality.
What is?
No, reality is they did what they did. They're responsible for their own actions. I'm responsible for my actions.
Ever kill anybody?
I've come off close a few times.
Come on, didn't you, Charlie?
What do you mean, come on, didn't you, man? I ain't lying to you. If you think I'm lying to you, you're wasting my time and your time.
Okay, let's not lie. Let's be
There's
cool.
no reason
Let's
to.
be straight.
There's no reason.
What are you guilty of then?
I'm guilty of, what am I guilty of? I'm guilty of thinking that I had rights in a courtroom. That's what I'm guilty of thinking.
You left a trail of dead bodies.
Give a trail of
Come
dead
on,
bodies,
Charlie,
man.
stop hitting me.
Okay,
Really?
okay.
You're a damn evil person and you're a murderer.
Come on, feel it.
No, I mean, I get pissed off, man. I can play, but I get pissed off, man.
Get him, Ghost.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think of the death penalty?
I don't think really I think that belongs to God.
Explain.
God gives life, God takes life.
But how come you didn't live your life with that commandment?
I did.
That's not what I heard.
Well, that's what you heard. It's a little difference from what you heard and what is.
Do you feel fortunate that you survived because the law is declared
There was no
unconstitutional?
doubt in my mind I would survive. I'm in harmony with the truth. I didn't kill anyone.
He's so full of crap, isn't he? He really is.
Chopped up 9 hogs, and I'm going to chop up some more of you. I'm going to kill you as many as I can. I'm going to pile you up to the sky. I figured about 50 million. If I could get about 50 million of you, I might be able to save my trees and my air and my water and my wildlife.
You want to kill 50 million people?
Well, that's just a drop in the bucket to what's really coming.
He's serving a life sentence because the death penalty was declared unconstitutional, but he's eligible for parole now. Will he be released? Should he be released? He, interesting enough, thinks so.
Charlie, I got to ask you. You're going to die in prison.
Die in prison. Boy, oh boy.
You're going to die in prison?
Again, there you go. You got die in your mind. My life is not important, man.
I want to know about your life here.
My life here is just sitting in a cell.
How you treated here?
I'm treated here differently on different levels. The first level is pretty good. The younger men they got a lot of respect. The fat ones and the ones that hide around the corner, they're sloppy and they lie and they're incompetent. But there's a lot of good ones. It's like any other place, man. There's good and there's bad.
You seem to abuse the correction officers, though.
I do. I get off on them something terrible, and they get off on me something terrible. I've had my teeth knocked out.
But don't you make your life miserable by being that hostile?
Man, I don't know what misery is. What the hell ever misery? That's weakness. I ain't got no misery in me.
Got any friends
I live in
here?
Paradise, man. If I was guilty of something, and after all the pressure they put on me, and they put that medication on me, and all the doctors and drug me up and down the hallways and done everything they could do to kill me, I've had this whole country down on me trying to murder me for all kinds of different, everything they don't understand, what they don't know, what they can't realize. Every little insecurity they got, here they come, bringing it to me. Dig, and I got to carry it on my back. Do you think I would still be here if I was guilty of anything? And look me in the eye. Look me straight away in the eye. Do I look like I'm guilty about anything?
You look more guilty than anyone I ever looked in the eye in my life.
Really? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? In other words, the guys you're trying to make me into is impossible. What you're doing is you're creating a legend, you're creating a beast, you're creating whatever you are judging yourselves with into the word Manson. And that's not me at all.
You're not a beast, Charlie. You are a beast.
See? I'm whatever you need me to be for you. And whatever you make me is what you'll carry the rest of your life and forever.
You named yourself, Charlie.
No. You don't even know what that means.
I know what it means, and so does he.
The rest of your life, Charlie.
You didn't bring the guitar.
They wouldn't let us.
They wouldn't let you.
We brought it, but they wouldn't
These
let us
locks
bring it
were
in.
for you, man. Hey. Damn, man.
I don't want to pick on
Still
you.
don't communicate. Hey,
You know-
we talked about what I did. You
We
want to
talked
talk
about-
about what I could do? I could do just about anything I want on my road. I could send for your head and put it in a box if I wanted. I wouldn't, but I could, just like you could too.